Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. Although 99, sometimes more percent of the comments are really great comments and positive, and I think that people get stuff out of them and are also encouraging to me to continue to do videos, every once in a while I get one of these comments that are just very ignorant. We have a person here that obviously did not watch the video that I put out on prescription medication shortages and how if you would like, you can get a 1-year supply of prescription medication that you take from Jace Medical. And on the video itself, I stated I am not affiliated or sponsored or am promoting this for Jace Medical. It's just that the company that I affiliate with, Contingency Medical, does not provide this service. But why would I keep that information from you just because the company that I affiliate with does not provide this service? I think it's a great service that if you are on some kind of a prescription medication and you need to stock up for a year because you want to be prepared, I think it's important to put that information out. And let me just go ahead and read you the comment first of all. It says here, and this is from, and I'll show you here, a shortage is coming, huh? Oh, and I'm sponsored by Jace Medical. Come on, man. He even put, come on, man. Take a look at it right there. No, I'm not sponsored by Jace Medical. If you would have stayed for the rest of the video, you would have heard me say, now again, I'm not affiliated or partnered with Jace Medical, but Jace Medical, ladies and gentlemen, I think is doing something great. They've come out with, and I'm going to leave you the link to this as well, right? And actually, full disclosure, the link that I'm leaving to you of Jace Medical is associated with another YouTuber, and that's Frontier Prepper, Billy and D from Frontier Preppers. They are affiliated with Jace Medical. They don't even know that I'm sharing their link with you all, but I just think that this is a great service, ladies and gentlemen. And when it comes to drugs and stuff like that, you shouldn't think about dollar signs. You should just think about how can people get. I think that the service that Jace Medical is providing to those people that would like to stock up on a year's supply of whatever medication it is that they take, I think it's a great service. And I wish that Contingency Medical, whom I am affiliated with, I wish that they would provide that same service because I think it's a great service for those people that want to take advantage of it and that can do it. So a couple of days ago, I go to Lowe's, all right? I had to go to Lowe's because I needed to pick up a couple of small windows for the chicken coop, and I needed to pick up a couple of boxes of nails that Lowe's owed me. I purchased them a while back, and they weren't in stock. But anyways, that's neither here nor there, right? So when I'm walking around Lowe's, this gentleman comes by me and says, hey, are you the Alaska Prepper? And I'm like, you caught me, man. You got me. All right. And you know, so we started talking and he says, yeah, I'm here getting some things for my chicken coop. And I'm like, that's funny. I am too. I'm getting some windows for my chicken coop. And we talked for a few minutes and he was like, yeah, my chicken coop is going to be 8x8. And I'm like, that's funny. My chicken coop is 8x8. And he said, yeah, my chicken coop is going to have floors that are made from treated, lumber, from treated plywood. I'm like, that's funny. Mine is too. And it's like we pretty much had the same plans for building the same chicken coop, with the exception that his is going to have a roof like this and mine is going to have a roof like this, like the bunker does. But I thought that was really funny that I run in there and I run into one of my community members and we pretty much have the same plans. And he's like, and look at here, I'm also going to get some linoleum for the floor. And I'm like, that's what I'm doing with the linoleum, but I'm getting a 10x10 so that the linoleum can go up the walls. And I'm like, we're both making the same chicken coop. So anyways, shout out to you, Steven. It was really nice meeting you. Now, I wanted to show you a couple of things, just a couple of things that I've picked up over the last several months and some I've had for years that I think will make your life a lot easier. And I think it's money well spent. Let me show you the first thing right here. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, take a look at this. This is such a neat little toolbox, and it's a flat repair toolkit. But this is like an expensive one and at a great price. So you know those little flat repair toolkits that you get at the, I don't know, whatever store, the gas station? They come in a little plastic bag and they have a little plunger and they have a couple of those little rubber things that you pull through so that you can repair a flat. And pretty much that's all you need for an emergency, right? But this thing right here is, this only cost me 20 bucks, okay? And it's got to have at least 20 or 30 of those little kits in them. But check out everything that this comes with. Look at this. I haven't even used it, obviously, and I hope I never have to use it. But it comes with a pair of pliers, all right? Like needle nose pliers. It comes with like an X-Acto. It comes with a tire pressure gauge. No, not a tire pressure gauge. This is one of the tools that you plunge into the tire. It comes with a couple of little hex keys. It comes with some really heavy duty tools. See, these tools, they're not like the ones that you get at the gas station, the little cheapo ones. See this? So it comes with these tools. Look at this. It even comes with some covers for your, what do you call that thing that lets the air out? I don't know. But look at that. It even comes with this little kit right here. That's a kit in its own. Oh, for the valve stem. Yeah, for the covers for the valve stem. It comes with some, not adhesive, but lubricant that you're able to put in there when you're cleaning it out with this right here. Right? So, and it comes with a tire gauge, and it comes with a whole bunch of these kits right here. Let me see. I think it's eight of these individual ones. So all of this, ladies and gentlemen, I think I paid 20 bucks. I think it was like $19.90 something. And no, I'm not sponsored by this. All right. I did pick it up on Amazon, but I'm not sponsored by the company who makes these. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just showing you this because I think this is a great deal, and I think it's a really good $20 spent. I got one of these for each of my vehicles. Oh, actually only two. I got one for my wife's vehicle and one for my Suburban. And if my red truck ever goes down, then I guess I'll have to call home so that I can get this kit. But in all actuality, I'll just use one of the cheaper kits that I got before to leave in my red truck. And the reason why I would put the cheaper kit in my red truck, in my Tundra, is because I only use that truck to plow in the winter and to get water in the summer. That's pretty much all that I use that truck for. And let me show you something else that I picked up that I think this is important for everyone to have now, all right? Because in a house, I'm sure that any of you that own a home, you would say that in a house, one of the most destructive things in a home is water, all right? So check this out. This right here is a little meter that whenever it detects that water is present, wherever you put this little guy right here, it will sound a very loud alarm. Let me open it up and show you it. So what I'm using this for is for like under my sink, and under where my reverse osmosis is. Even though the reverse osmosis that I have has an automatic shut-off valve that if it detects water, it will shut off the water valve, but it can't hurt to have one of these either. So what you do is you place this, see this little sensor, little meter sensor, whatever you want to call it. You place this wherever it is that you want to make sure that if it's getting wet, that you will be alerted. And then this right here is just an alarm. So if this here feels any water, any heavy moisture in that area, this alarm will go off and you'll know that, hey, I need to check for a leak somewhere. So I think that getting these for every place in your house where, like under the sink, under the reverse osmosis, sink that I have, because my reverse osmosis is not under my sink, it's in a different cabinet, under your vanity, in the bathroom, near plumbing where you have water, your water heater, stuff like that. Having one of these nearby, I think these things are invaluable, and they're not even that expensive. I think they were like $6-7 a piece when I bought them, but I've had them for a little bit. I just got extras. And the last thing that I'm going to show you, especially for you Alaskans, and also for those of you that live in places where there's a lot of mosquitoes, I went ahead and took out all of the thermocells I had and the other one way that we use here to let mosquitoes know that they're not welcome. I went ahead and compiled it. I want to show you each one, and I want to show you the difference between each one and which one I like the best. Because Thermacell just came out with a brand new mosquito repellent little machine, and it works awesome. So here's the first thing. All right, so we started using citronella candles, and not only these kinds, but also the little coils and things like that. We started using these, and these are okay, especially if you like a nice little scent and stuff like that. These are all right, but I just don't think through using these things for so many years, I don't think that this is the best option. All right, so yeah, we still use some of these because we have some of these put away, but this is not the best option. A better option than this and this is all my opinion, of course, but again, I've been doing this for years as far as using thermocells, is this. I believe that this is going to be the least expensive thermocell that you're going to find. And it does the job just as good as the most expensive one. The only problem that I have with this, and also before I say the only problem that I have with it, this one you can actually clip onto your belt or clip onto your backpack, and it'll walk along with you. So you're able to take this with you if you're hiking or something like that. Not sure how much better it works when you're hiking or walking at a fast pace if the wind kind of like takes the smoke away. But this is the least expensive one. When I purchased this, I believe it was like $20, $19.99. So one of the things that I don't like about these is this right here. Let me see if I can open this. Is this right here. In order for this to work, and for those of you that don't know how this works, is you have to attach a small butane canister to this. And this one's empty right now. If you go over to Frontier Preppers, I believe Billy's putting up a video on how he refills these, all right, so that it'll be cheaper. But you have to use these little butane canisters. And these can get pretty pricey, all right? They can get pretty pricey if you're using them all the time. And the reason that you need butane is because once you put this in there, it's really easy to put in. It's very user-friendly. Once you put it in there, you want to turn this on. Once you turn it on the on position, it starts releasing butane to a little heating plate. You see that little metal plate right there? That's a heating plate. And the way that you turn it on is just by clicking this, right? Now, I don't have to worry about it turning on because this butane there's none in there, right? And once that little flame in there turns on, you can verify by looking in this little glass right here, right? You'll see a little red dot, right? And that's a little flame in there has turned on. So what happens is that little flame will heat up this little heating plate right there. And that little heating plate will heat up this little pad. Now this little pad right here, the blue pad that you see, that has a chemical in it that evaporates into the air, and it's not harmful to you or I, but it's got a chemical in there that will evaporate into the air, and the mosquitoes, they hate that. What I don't like about these types are that you have to exchange these out, and these are kind of pricey. All right. And this also, if you forget to turn it off, not only are you going to go ahead and use up your butane, but you're also going to use up whatever chemical is left on that pad. This pad will turn white. Let me show you how it will turn once it's used up, because I have one that's used up here. Now this here is a step up. This is also a thermocell, but it is a step up from this guy right here. This one is really meant to be more stationary. And as you can see, it is a lot more cost effective to run this one than to run the thermocell, because instead of getting those little butane cylinders for the thermocell, you can run these on one of these butane cylinders. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is our second summer with this butane cylinder, and it's still at least half full. So you're looking at $5-6 for a butane cylinder that will last you. Well, it's lasted us. This is our second summer, and it's still full. So I would say it will last you about 2 summers for $5. Whereas with these guys, using those little cylinders, all right, or those little butane containers, that's going to cost a lot more than if you had this. Now, this part right here, which is the actual thermocell, this is about twice as much as this guy. This one here cost me $39.99, and I got it at Amazon also because it was a lot cheaper there locally. And these also use the pads. And you can see the difference between this pad right here and this pad right here. You can tell that the pad on this one right here is white. That's because it's used up pretty much all of the chemicals that they put on it. And I believe the reason they did that is so you can tell that it's time to exchange them. And the way to change them is really simple. They come in these little containers right here. They come in these little containers right here. You just take one out. Let me go ahead and take one out and replace this one since it needs to be replaced. You just take one out of the package. Very simple. Whoever came up with this system, I think, did a great job, because they really came out with something that is something that I am very, very happy to trade my fiat currency for this. So there you go. You just push it in to get the other one out, right? You take the other one out, and then you just push it on until it's on the heating pad. That's it. And this one's really easy. To start this one, all you do is put it on. And this right here, you just click it until it starts, and you'll hear it kind of like do a poof, when it starts, but it's very, very low. You'll learn to hear it after you've had experience with it. But this one, ladies and gentlemen, is definitely a lot better than the first one I showed you. It's a little more expensive, but you make up the money that you spent on the actual unit by how much you spend on the butane. Now, Thermacell came out with another one that it's even better than this one and the other one, in my opinion, combined. And I'm actually using it right now, and it's this one right here. Now, this one does not work off of butane. It works off of electricity, and it has a battery inside of it that will last 9 hours. And it's just a little USB-C that you put in here, or a micro USB, not a USB-C. I think it's a micro USB. And it charges up in about an hour or so, and the battery lasts about 9 hours. And this works just as good as this one. It works just as good. I'm not sure if you see a little bit of the smoke coming out. But what this has that's different than the other ones, besides that it runs on electricity and you don't need butane, is, I'm going to turn it off right now when I lift this lid off, is that the cartridges that you buy for it, the cartridges are not those little pads. They're cartridges like this. You see, and that liquid in there, that has the formula that the mosquitoes hate when it's turned into like a gas, right? And this right here is a 20-hour canister. So whereas these guys are only rated to last 4 hours, okay? These are rated to last 20 hours. So you can buy one of these to replace 5 of these. And you don't have to be switching it out back and forth every time that they turn white. And it's extremely easy to use. Just put it back on. All you do is long press. And you can see that it's still lit. The ring around here is still lit. That means that it's on. And here shortly, I'll see steam coming out of there, or that little gas coming out of there. So this one, in my opinion, is the best. This one cost about as much as this guy right here. This guy was $39.99 on Amazon, and it came with one of those little canisters, but it came one that was only 20 hours worth of liquid. Instead of 40 hours. If you buy the ones that are the refills, those are 40 hours, and they sell them in packs of 3. So I just thought that I'd share those few things because I think that these things make our lives easier. And ladies and gentlemen, listen, if you want to support what I do, I only bring you things that I think are really cool, all right? And you never have to use my links if you don't want to, all right? But instead of what that gentleman said here earlier, I think it was a gentleman, all right? Gentleman or miss said, instead of them insinuating that I'm only bringing this to you and I'm only trying to scare you, right? I'm trying to scare you. Hey, there's going to be a drug shortage. You better go use my company, right? Instead of thinking that when I bring you all either a new product that I'm reviewing that I like or a new service like that Jace Medical service, instead of thinking of it like that, maybe you ought to think of it as, hey, that is pretty cool. You know, if I need that, I'll know that that service is available. I've received plenty of emails throughout the years, and one not too long ago when I affiliated with Contingency Medical about the antibiotics. Somebody sent me an email and says, thank you so much for posting that video. I never knew that this service existed. I went ahead and ordered some of this for me and my family. And that's who I do these videos for, is for people that want to get something out of it instead of those people that just want to find something to talk bad about. So I hope that you're all having a good day. I hope that you have a great rest of your day, rest of your week. God bless every one of you. God bless America. I'm Alaska Prepper. I'm out.